This is my review on the All Grass Air Jordan 1s. So this is my handcrafted Jordan that I made out of all turf, and I'm super proud and happy with how it turned out. I think it looks amazing with all the contrast that's going on with it. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I actually made 5 videos from start to finish making the progress of the sneaker. So definitely go check this out after this video. But this is just the initial look at the all turf Jordan. So when I came up with the idea of making the all turf Jordan, I was actually going to my fabric store where I buy a bunch of fabrics for clothing, for other shoes, even liner like this. I would see sheets of turf and I was like, I wonder what I could do with that. So I would go there day after day, and even the lady that would always sell me the fabric, she'd be like, just buy it. You really want to use it. Come on, Tyler. So one day I bought it, I cut it up, and I started stitching it in here, and it actually stitched, and I was like, we need to make a crazy idea. So I cut it up into patterns, like a couple patterns, and it actually stitched, and I was like, you know what, let's go with it. And I ended up going with the all turf Jordan. So there's 2 different type of turfs that we used while making this Jordan, a tighter one and it's short turf, and then this one's a little bit more loose and it's a little bit longer as well. It's the same green, but for some reason it looks like a different shade, I think because of the black coming through the bottom. But this is a long grain, this is the short one. You can also see the black edge on the longer one. I think that's just the nature of it being long. You can see the edge of the material, and also the short one you don't see the edge because it's stitched over. But these are the 2 different turfs that we went with. This is also just a white leather, and it ended up being a little bubbly, which is actually a cool look because it kind of looks like a golf ball. Even though the Nike sign looks a little weird, that's just because the turf, it like pushes it in different areas and it pushes it all weird. So that's why you get that bubbly look. On the back it looks cool, on the inside it looks cool. And then for the inside for the liner, right, we went with just a really nice high quality denim. It's a flexible denim, so it's really comfortable. And I went with the white one. So I was initially going to go with all black on the inside, but then I was told by a buddy like, hey, you should just do all white on the inside because it'll look like the hole in the green. I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. So I went with the all white on the inside, all white tongue as well, just simple clean laces, and I think it came out really nice. I really love it. But let's talk about, is it wearable or not? One last thing, the sole is dyed in the coffee, so that's why it has that aged tint look. So yes, we went with that. This came off of a previous sneaker that I made on this channel, but I just did not like how it turned out. I didn't really like how it looked either, so I ripped the sole off and we put it on these bad boys. But is it wearable? Yes, it is. Because the nature of this sneaker, it's like a really crazy build, right? This is like the same thing as all the clear sneakers that I've been making. Is it wearable? Yes, it is. And it actually has a lot better structure than all the clear sneakers. And you might be wondering, what do you mean by that? Well, because it moves. Look at it, bend. It moves when you're walking, you know, and your ankle maybe turns one way or the other. It's actually very comfortable. You can't tell if it's like uncomfortable or not, and it has really nice structure. I did not really do any lining on the inside at all for structure wise. I didn't put anything in the heel, in the upper collar, except for the foam, but the foam's just for the padding. I didn't put anything up here or nothing. It was literally just the materials, and they were taped together, and that's it. So whenever I push it, see, look at it, like it pops back up. It's amazing. Look at that. It's perfect. It's perfect. Look at that. It's wearable. It's really nice, but it has really nice shape. It holds its shape as well. And while making this with the rubber bottom, I did not know if it was gonna work or not. Now the bottom of the turf is covered in this rubber and it's all rigid, and that rigid allows it to like sit on the dirt, sit on the ground, so whenever you put it out on your lawn, it doesn't move, it stays there. And I was having a lot of problems at the time because whenever I was stitching, I end up breaking like 12 needles because you got all these ridges in there. Whenever the needle goes down, it doesn't want to go down straight because all these ridges are pushing it back and forth because the needle's a little bit weaker than you think. So it'd go down there and it would snap, and then it would snap, and then you have like 2 layers and it would like boom boom, and it would snap, unfortunately. But we got through the problem, and after breaking like 12 needles, it came out really cool. And the stitching, yes, it was a pain in the butt, and everything I just did a single stitch, but you can't even tell. You can't even see the stitches except for the swoosh. You can see the white swoosh obviously, but for this was all just black stitching, but you can't really see it. You can't even tell. Maybe if I get even a closer look, but even the closer look, you cannot like see it at all, which I guess that's really cool because it actually hides it and it makes it look like it's supposed to be like this, supposed to be flush, but it's very clean. When stitching this, I thought the biggest problem was gonna be the liner up here. So whenever I'm stitching it inside and out, and you gotta fold the material over. But surprisingly, once I stitch it up, like it looks normal. Like I'm so surprised because the edge is literally just straight rubber, and the rubber does not really bend at all. So what I did was I kind of hit it with foam, and then I rolled it over again, and that's how you get this really clean factory look. So like even though underneath here, if you feel it, like the rubber still isn't moving, it's covered with foam, so it actually works, and it's really comfortable. And whenever your heel's on here, it's just the foam, it's not the rubber. So that's one thing that I thought I was gonna run into at the very beginning, but like luckily we didn't. It's really nice, and it's, as I said, it's very comfortable. A lot of people seem to really like this sneaker, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, but should I make, you know, dunks, maybe off-white ones, maybe Travis Scott ones, and we all just have contrasting turf? Maybe even get like a third length of turf, so there's like 3 different colors, because as you can see, pretty much 2 different colors. It's short and long, but even though it's the same green, it is different colors just from the sight of your eye. But I don't know, like, should we go dunk, Travis Scott's, off-whites? I think that would be pretty clean, like maybe an off-white. Even a Travis Scott would be really clean. But I mean, I'm trying to push the boundary, push it out, make them some crazy shit. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. We're growing crazy. It's awesome. I love it. Check this video out right here. Boop.